Welcome back to our series on how Policy Express can help you successfully manage your policies through the full policy management lifecycle. In this video, we're going to explore the third step of the process, which is publish. But when we look at publish, we're thinking about publish and also findability. So how are people going to find these policies, whether that's through search, whether that's through a news article, or maybe using navigation to direct their journey. And now, new to Policy Express, we're going to be considering AI as well and what role that can play. So that's the intro. Let's dive into our demo environment. As you can see, we're now in our SharePoint demo environment. Now on this intranet, I've published a piece of news called Flexible Working Policy. Now I click on that, and this is helping us promote a policy that we've recently added. The benefit of doing it for a news article is that we can add some narrative or context around why this policy is important or why it's been introduced or what updates have been made. We can also include key contacts, and then we can also embed the policy within the page itself. And this ensures that we're using a single version of the truth when it comes to this policy, so there's no confusion. And if that policy was to be updated, then this will update as well. So that's one way that we can do this, just using SharePoint tools out the box. The next way that we can highlight policies is through navigation and then Evergreen articles. So if I come to my navigation here, and I've got something here called absence of leave, benefits, HR partner, and I come down to new starters. The new starters page here helps people who join in the organization find the resources that they need. As part of those resources, we've also got some documents here which we've highlighted. Now, these are all pointing back to our policy hub, and these have been tagged in such a way that if we add new articles designed for new starters, this list will update automatically. So that's a great way of getting some curated reads together. Now, search is probably one of the biggest ways that people find things. So if I click on the policies button here, I can go directly into our search screen. Now, first thing you notice here is this document here has an expired date. The policy is that if we have content which has expired, we don't delete it, but we highlight it that it's past its review date. We have a search across the top here, so I can search for leave, and that's going to bring back any document with leave in it. Now, what we might find is actually that's quite a long list and we want to filter it down further. And so I'm going to filter by department and compliance, press apply, and it's boiled down to one document. Now with this search result here, we can click on the actual policy itself and we're going to get a preview version. And then we can go from here, and if we want to, we can click on the full screen version by clicking on the link. Now, that's the normal ways that people find policies, but as you might have heard, AI is making a big splash in SharePoint, and we have written an AI tool here, or our policy bot, to help people find the right content for them. So a lot like using ChatGPT, we can use natural language to ask questions, and it's then going to query all our published policies for that information. So we're confident we're only finding information which has been approved. Now it's telling us about our leave policy and it's diving into all the different areas of leave there. We might find that a little bit wordy and we might want a summary of this. But the other thing which is really worth noting is we've got our reference documents here. So this could be a great way to signpost people to the right documents. But we can also add further questions on this. So give me this in 100 words. Now that might be a bit of a challenge to put that much information to 100 words, but we're going to send it to our bot anyway and see what it can come up with. Now, as we can see, it's broken it down to a few key bullet points. And again, it's going to highlight the areas where it's found that information. So really interesting way of finding information within Policy Express. So given that, let's go to our summary. So in this video, we looked at news articles for publishing new policies and providing context around policies being updated. We then moved to the navigation to highlight areas where we could point people towards other pages and other policies. And the page that we looked at, our Evergreen page, in this case was the new starters page. We also then looked at search and how filters, and we can use text to find that search. And don't forget that SharePoint search will work as well. And then the last thing that we showed you there was the AI search or the policy bot and how we can use AI to query our policy database. So that completes step 3 of our policy lifecycle journey. The next step is acknowledgement. So do join me for that one.